Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to The Last of Us. We're continuing on with our crew here, and we're going into another town. And what's kind of nice about this next section is it's relatively safe. So we get to just take a bit of a break, have a breather. There's lots and lots and lots of collectibles, lots of optional conversations, just kind of having
Hey,
a look
look at that.
around and
Yep. What I
getting
tell
to
you?
know a little bit more about
Just
the
find a
group
way
and
around it.
whatnot. And our radio tower is also in
What
sight.
about you? How you holding up?
Business as usual, right? When I was with Henry, I took out a couple of infected by myself. You'd be proud.
Yeah.
Awesome, Ellie. Awesome. Well, I'm glad we made it out of there and we're now a little bit safer. We can breathe a little bit easier. You see these signs on this house here. This reminds me of The Walking Dead, where looters had symbols and marks to show where they had gone and areas that they had already looted. So that kind of seems to be like a common thing in an apocalypse type of situation, so you know what you've already done and whatnot. Probably saves you a lot of time. It's
A friend of
complicated.
mine, Marlene, asked him to take me to the Fireflies.
Seem to get along well.
Yeah, well, now I just boss him around. Isn't that right, Joel?
No comment. Yeah, we do pretty alright together. I think Joel and Ellie have kind of bonded a little bit. Joel's kind of come around to having her here, and she's definitely kind of proved herself to him. Not that she should have to, but I think in a situation like this where Joel is so used to survival of the fittest, he kind of wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to be in the way. So here is our first artifact here. This is a note, and it looks like this was shortly after this whole thing started. People were still living in their houses and trying to fend themselves off. So what we're basically going to do is just go from house to house, stop occasionally to have a conversation with the group and whatnot, and finally, after a while of doing that, we'll get through to the end. So obviously this was just a regular neighborhood before the apocalypse, but it gives the kids a good show of what the world was like beforehand, since they're both too young to have been born before that time.
I was just 5 when the cordyceps hit. My memory's pretty hazy, but I remember living in a neighborhood just like this.
What do you remember?
Barbecues. My parents, they would throw these crazy big barbecues, invite a ton of people. You know, I remember the smell more than anything. Weird.
So if you come into this house, Henry will have a conversation, and although it's not an optional conversation, you do want to trigger this in order to get one of Ellie's upcoming jokes. So we've picked up everything in here. We'll go across the street, and we can have a look at this painted sign. I'm armed, no trespassing, will shoot on sight.
We'll shoot on sight. Lots of friendly people lived here.
First few months after the outbreak, they had a lot of looting. Everyone got paranoid. You remember any of that, Joel?
Yeah, everyone barricaded themselves in their homes. And supplies started running low. That's when you saw what people are really capable of.
Very, very scary. And I guess if Henry was about 5 when this whole thing hit, he would probably be 25, 26-ish years old. So pretty young. But old enough to remember a little bit about what life was like beforehand. Probably won't end up needing a lot of these supplies because I'm pretty damn full up. But this is a really good opportunity to refill if you are low. I'll just keep my eye out for collectibles and whatnot as well. Okay, we were already here because they were sitting on that green couch, I remember. I think. Unless there's multiple green couches? I don't know. Whatever. See if the group will follow us out or if they have anything else to say. Doesn't look like it. Alrighty, back into the street.
Aw, doggies.
You're gonna want to stay away from those. It's not like it is in the zone. These are wild.
That's cool that there's still wild animals running around. That's kind of nice to see.
Oh, this is an ice cream truck.
An ice cream truck?
Yeah, Henry told me about these. They sell ice cream out of the truck.
What? No way. Joel?
Totally true.
That's true. This thing drive around and play real loud, creepy music, and kids would come running out to buy ice cream.
You're totally fucking with me.
I'm serious.
Man, you lived in a strange time.
Told you so.
Ugh, you lived in a strange time. It's so sad that, you know, they don't get to feel that innocence of eating ice cream. They probably don't even know what ice cream is. I doubt that in a world like this they would get any sort of luxury products, especially because rations seem to be running low constantly in places like the quarantine zones where people live. There's a bench here, and I have lots and lots of parts, so I'm just gonna upgrade myself. And then we have a couple of more houses to look at. We have a couple more conversations, and then hopefully at the end of it all we can get Ellie's final joke before we have to move on. These people sure left a lot behind for it being looted. There's all sorts of supplies laying around. Ooh, there's even more parts. I'll probably have to wait until my next bench to actually be able to use those since I'm pretty low, but... I don't know if I can go upstairs in that house. I'll have to look. I can't go inside that one. Just want to get everything. Ah, yes, I can go upstairs. When I played this game, I was really, really hopeful that you would be able to go back to Joel's house. I think Joel is from Texas. Tess calls him Texas at some point, and he also has an accent, and Sarah also has an accent as well. And I think one of the characters mentions that Joel did live in Texas at some point, so I think where they are now, this part of the United States and where Joel is actually from, are really, really, really far away. Definitely not something that they would be able to get to on foot or anything like that, so it would be unrealistic for you to be able to visit his house, but I thought it would be really cool to be able to do that.
Yeah, sailing's falling apart.
Especially because you got to see what his house was like at the beginning of the game. So it would be really neat to go back and see if it had been looted, or if people largely left it alone, or like what was left in it. Joel's thoughts, possibly when he saw some of Sarah's things, you know, that kind of thing. But I guess this will have to do. So you can investigate the ceiling.
Thank you.
It'll fall apart. You can let Ellie up there, and you can get one of the training manuals. And this one will allow any weapons to be more durable. So this will make anything you pick up much, much more effective. So that's definitely something that you want to pick up if you're able to. And it's also pretty missable. Because I had assumed when I came through here that once the ceiling was busted, and you weren't able to get up there, but that's not true. This looks like our last house. And I think we can maybe get another conversation in here. I think the kids will try and play darts.
Is anybody else hungry?
Yes. Hey, guys. We break when we get to the radio tower.
I feel like living in a world like this, you would always be hungry. Like there wouldn't be an opportunity that would arise where you're like, boy, you know, I feel really full. I'm not hungry at all. Haven't taken the opportunity to reload my weapons. And I'm missing out on some ammo, so figured I would do that real quick. I'm gonna leave these guys down here, and if I go upstairs, that might actually help trigger that. I need to go upstairs anyways to go and see if there's anything up there. I also think that there's a comic book kicking around somewhere. I may have already missed it, or it could possibly be in this house, I don't know. We'll look around for it. Here's another note. This is a survivor's note. Talking about the... Oh, hey, actually look at this. This is from Ish, whatever his name is. This is the same guy that ran to the sewers, and he was the one that created that sewer community. So it doesn't look like he lived too far away from where he actually ended up holing up, which is kind of interesting. I really like stuff like that. Little touches like that are what really make a game for me. I keep trying to pick up stuff and I keep pressing the wrong button. It's been a couple of days since I've played. This matchbook up here, I do believe, yes, it has the safe combination on it, so we can go and open up the safe now that we just saw. Some arrows, which I'm all full up on. Let's see what the safe has. Anything good? Supplements, ammo, and parts. Not too shabby. I think the last room that I didn't check was the bathroom downstairs. Not sure if there'll be anything in there, but
Hey, Sam,
we'll check.
be careful.
Nothing. Alright, so yeah, it looks like if you go upstairs and then you come back down, you can see that the kids are playing darts.
Just throw it.
Yeah.
Boosh! I am a natural.
Luck.
No, it wasn't.
That was luck.
Alright,
You
yeah,
kids are pretty
fine.
good, actually, at darts.
Here we go.
Not too shabby.
Fuck.
Horrible.
Alright. It's a tie.
No. You clearly got destroyed.
How did I clearly get destroyed? That's practically a tie.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, kids, get along. And then after they leave, you can pick up the dart. And you can throw it. Wow, Joel. Way to fuck that up.
There'll come a day where kids can just be
Didn't
kids
even
again.
get it on the board, man.
Let's go.
Ugh. You must be rusty. I'm not entirely sure what that counts as, if that does count as one of the optional conversations or whether it's just something extra. I've read somewhere that it does count as one of the optional conversations, which is why I decided to trigger that. And then finally, I'm going to pick up this brick because I'm fairly certain that there, somewhere, if I can see it, is a firefly pendant in this tree. I know you're there somewhere. I just have to look around a little bit more closely. Aha, I see you, you bastard. There you are. God, that is so hard to see in this lighting. Oh, pff. And then I completely lobbed my brick, like, way the hell over it. Alright, luckily that one wasn't too hard to hit. I didn't end up wasting any ammo, so... There we are. There's another firefly pendant. And then finally, when you come to the end of the street,
Fireflies were here.
should be able to
By
have
the
a
looks of it.
conversation about the fireflies.
How are we gonna find them?
I know a guy. A brother, actually. He was a firefly. Last I heard, he was in Wyoming. We get there, we find him, we find the fireflies. What do you say, you in?
Sounds like a good plan, man.
And if I did that correctly, if we just stand around for a couple of more seconds, Ellie
Okay,
should pull
you
out
guys
her
are killing
joke
me with
book.
your downer talk.
There
It's
we
joke
go.
book time.
What is that?
Just bear with me. You want to hear a joke about pizza? Never mind, it was too cheesy.
I don't get it.
Yeah, me neither. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, you idiot.
That's so stupid.
Is that it? Oh, come on, you gotta have something better than that to end off with,
All right,
Ellie.
I got a joke for you.
Let's hear it.
Why can't your nose be 12 inches long?
I don't know why.
Because then it would be a foot.
That is so dumb. I love it.
So if you managed to get all of Ellie's jokes up to this point, and you've managed to get that one, you should get a trophy. And I'm pretty satisfied now. There were a couple of things that I missed. Like I said, I think there's a comic in this area. Maybe another note or two, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're still safe though, however, so I think I'll stop it here before we continue on down the road and see what possible potential dangers could be waiting for us. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.